The last couple of weeks have been crazy busy. It all started with me heading to Whangarei to help set up the camp for the Creating Space village. And while I was there, I had a dive with Harmonious Ra, and the goal of that was to get more crayfish for Creating Space. Oh yeah, look how beautiful this is. We've come down here to get a kai for Creating Space in Whangarei, and the camp for all the preparation for Creating Space is just down the road, so we're coming out here to just try and gather a few more crayfish. We've got the bro Harlem here. We've got a couple of kayaks, we've got a bit of dive gear, and we're heading out there.
Absolutely divine day. Thank you to the beautiful family who gave me this kayak. Grateful, mauri ora. That's us, we're out there to get the kai for Creating Space alongside our brother Kerry Flowers and the mighty Moana. Look at the universe has put it on for us today, whānau, what a blessing. We've got our village down the road at the farm. Whānau at the farm, that's where our village is, and we're going to provide some kai for the whānau there as well. So come along for the ride, join us, let's go. That's whānau. What a dream. What a dream this kayak feels like.
Nice, eh?
Wow. What is it, an ocean?
Yeah, ocean kayak, bro. Prowler 4.3.
4.3. Thanks, Joe.
Bro just got given this kayak, and it's his first time using it. I know from personal experience they're a bloody good kayak, so I'm pretty stoked he's managed to score one. And huge thanks to Joe for giving it to him.
Yeah, shot Joe.
Alright, found a main spot to jump in here. It's the water's super clear, so I've just been paddling over looking, and I can see like heaps of cracks and things. We've got like a bunch of boulders over on the shore over there. That's always a good sort of spot to start looking for colder. And yeah, we've got cracks in the rocks here. There's rocks, there's just a lumpy, bumpy bit of ground. It seems like the crays are in the shallows at the moment. Well, they certainly were a couple of weeks ago, so gonna jump in here, have a look. Well, my hunch about them being in the shallows was right. And I found this little patch of crayfish here. Pretty shallow water. We're diving at high tide, so it was down a little bit, but at low tide this would be super shallow. And anyway, managed this nice cray on the first drop in there. And there was no need to measure that. It was well legal. Found this crayfish just sitting almost out in the open, really. Got my hand to it, and yeah, pretty easy grab, really. This one makes it legal as well, so it's another one for the bag. I find this one sitting upside down. Get a grab to him, and yeah, Another super shallow one. This one measures sort of a bit under, so let that one go. Find this one here, make a grab on it, and while I'm grabbing it I can actually feel it's soft. So instead of pulling it out, I just let it go. You can't take them when they're in soft shell state like that, so yep, move on. I find this one creeping along and get a quick grab on it and basically get it to the surface, have a look at it and realise it's just way too small, so just put it straight back without measuring it. It was clearly too small. Now I've found a couple of crays down here and one of them's actually a reasonable size, so I went back up, had a breathe up and come back down to have a go. I decided to take the big one first and get my hand to it, and it wedges itself in there, so I have a real battle with it. And this is the way sometimes with crayfish. So you've got to use all the tricks to pull them out. Sometimes you can sort of push them backwards a little bit and then pull them forwards and wriggle them and scratch them. Anyway, I finally managed to get them out a bit, get my other hand to assist and actually get him out of here. And he's not a bad sized crayfish, this one. In the bag he goes. It's number 3. Back down in that hole again, because I know that other one's there, and I've kind of just put my arm in and feel around. Pretty sure it's still going to be in there, and I actually do feel it there. It's quite a short hole, so I can reach the back of it and get my hands to it and manage to pull it out as well. Just legal. That's number 4 for the bag. Find this one tucked upside down under this rock and work my way in there, grab it. Doesn't really pose much of a fight, it's just quite hard to get out there from under there because you're upside down and backing out. Get it to the surface and realise it's soft as well.
Another soft shell.
Give it a quick feel and then let it go. Now I found this scorpion fish and I've had a look at him and I reckon I can catch him by hand, so give him a quick grab him by the tail, and I've actually caught him by hand. My camera battery died, so I flicked it back on when I got to the surface and just got this little shot of it. Decided to let him go. Didn't really need to take him to eat, so yeah, bit of fun. Well, that was a pretty fun little dive. I managed to find that spot with in the shallow with all the crays in it, and I've managed 4 in total. I would have 6, but there were quite a few soft shells there, so grabbed them out and they were soft. And then I just caught that scorpion fish, or granddaddy harpooker, with my bare hands. Well, my gloved hands I should say, but a bit of fun. Poor old Harlem, he hasn't really found any crayfish.
Where are they all, Kerry? Yeah, just found a couple of peckies and 1 red crayfish, but it was too deep in the cave and got away on me.
Yeah, so we're gonna sort of start making our way back a bit, and we might dive 1 more stop on the way back. Alright, we made it back to the beach.
Thank goodness.
It's pretty cold out there, pretty damn cold. It's nice to be in not a wetsuit. And yeah, we're pretty hungry too. So I ended up catching one more crayfish, and Harlem redeemed himself and he got one as well.
Redemption, one.
So yeah, I took the opportunity to grab a few kinners too. I smashed one open while I was out there, and looked like they were in pretty good shape. So yeah, I've got a bag full of kinners and 5 crays, and yeah, what a day. We're gonna load up, we'll get back to camp, and we'll see how we go from there. So after a couple of days at Whangarei, I headed home, and it was just in time for the west coast to go flat. So got invited to go out on a boat, so jumped on with Chris and Tisha on Dwayne's boat and headed around the reef. All right, it's another day. We've come down to Ahipara and we're at Shipwreck Bay now. We've got this little boat here, and got a bit of a crew together, and we're heading out for a little swim. Target will be crayfish and paua. Let's do it. Let's go. Well, we hopped in the water and it wasn't super clean, but it wasn't totally filthy either. This kind of looks better than what it really was, but anyway, started fairly deep and found this little patch of crayfish in here. So I lined this one up, get a real easy grab on it, and then drop down to have a go at the others. Have a bit of a struggle, but get another one out, and yeah, look at my first one and realise it's actually a berry. It's a female and it's got its eggs on the outside, so you can't take them when they're like that. And I also realised the other one's soft shell, so yeah, back to the surface with no crayfish. Back down the same spot, and get a grab on this one here. Pull it out, roll it over. Damn it, it's in berry as well. It might even be the other one that I just put back, I'm not sure. So I grabbed this other one out, and it's a pack horse crayfish and way too small, so yeah, no joy. Wasn't finding much out deep, so I actually moved in a little bit closer and found this ledge with some good crayfish under there. Grabbed the first one and went to grab the second one and missed it, but was pretty happy with my first one. First crayfish for the bag, and absolutely no need to measure that one. Back down there, another couple of crayfish here, and so kind of figuring out whether I can get them. They look like they're kind of difficult, so I roll around the other side and see another couple in under this crack, so have a quick go. And actually managed to miss it. Carry on looking, just seeing if there's any easy ones, but nothing really presents itself, so we missed out. Ah, bloody hell. Next time down, I find another ledge with a couple in it and get a good grab on this first one. And it scuttles away from me while I'm grabbing the second one, but I chase it down. Couple of nice crayfish, not huge, so they're going to require a bit of a measure up. I'm just checking that this one's a female, so I use the right measure. Yeah, she fits easy, and the other one's a male, so he's easy in as well. That's number 2 and 3 for the bag. I find this guy sitting sort of out in the open facing another crayfish. Get an easy grab on him and then grab the second crayfish, but it slips away from me. Never mind, that first one was a bloody big crayfish. Straight in the bag for this one. Right, I just need 2 more. And I'll find another little patch here. Get a grab on this first one. And then I see this other one's just sitting out on the rock, so manage to grab on that as well. It's a little bit messy. They almost get away from me, but I get it under control and head to the surface with the last 2 crays tucked under my arms. My bag had been drifting away, so the bro had caught it, chucked it in his boat, and yep, held it over the side for me to put my last 2 in.
Well, that's my limit done.
Alright, we made it back. We've got the beautiful sunset happening in the background. Boat's back on the trailer, and we're gonna jump out of our suits and skedaddle. So that's probably pretty much it for this one. Alright, we're back from our little mission out west, and here's the catch all laid out. We got 6 beautiful crayfish. We got one that's trying to escape there, and yeah, a couple of these crayfish, these 2 in particular, are very good sized crayfish, and oh, they're all escaping now, so yeah, a couple of days after that, and it was my last day at work. I have officially quit my day job, and I'll talk more about that later on in the video. Well, it's a bit of a momentous day. It's my last day at work, and I've worked in this workshop for the last 12 and a half years, but yeah, I quit my job. Today's the last day, and on to bigger and better things, I guess. So I would say I'm going to miss the place, and I probably am, but at the moment it doesn't feel like it. So the day after I quit my job, it was time to head back down to Whangarei to help with the preparation of the kai for creating space, and then creating space the day afterwards. Well, it's a beautiful Friday morning, Matariki, our new public holiday, and I'm on the ferry, and we've just left from Opor, just headed over to Russell, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. On my way to the Creating Space Village camp, we're gonna prep up all our kai today pretty much, because Creating Space is tomorrow. So yeah, I've got a few crayfish sitting here in the defrosting, and we will make it over there, get all our other kai ready, and we'll be ready for Creating Space tomorrow. I got to the Creating Space Village and everyone was in basically full-on kai prep mode, so I just got stuck in and didn't really film anything until after we'd dealt with a whole lot of the stuff. So yeah, then I wandered around getting a few clips. I was smoking some fish, and we were boiling up the last of my crayfish. Woo. Chuck them on. Chuck the thing on.
Yeah, Creating Space. Woo. Naughty North.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Oh.
We had some pretty entertaining characters helping us out.
Creating Space. One zone, let's go.
Yeah, boys.
That's what we want. Look there.
Cranking it.
Yeah, it's a nice texture.
Oh,
Not too
man.
sloppy,
Not too sloppy, not too dry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just basically a real cool, chill day. Doing all our kai prep and then hanging around the fire, singing, talking. Fantastic. All right, it's another day. It's the day of Creating Space. We're in here, Amanda Park, and everyone's getting set up. So we've just made it here, and yeah, everyone's just starting to get set up. So yeah, we sort of set up our space. I was in the Moana zone, obviously, and all the different zones set up their spaces, got ready, and then we had the opening ceremony.
Yep. Hi.
I'll be excited! Full power, full love, my beautiful whānau. This is the 12th Creating Space all around Aotearoa, the 12th Pou. Today, I want you to imagine that beautiful vibration of aroha, of love, of connection, radiating out of your tinana. Okay? Radiating out of our tinana, conjoining with everybody else's beautiful energetic systems and radiation that's coming out of their tinana. And can you imagine what happens when they all join together? A wairua tornado. A tornado of aroha whānau. We're going to really anchor in the beautiful energy of love, of compassion, breaking down our social boundaries, enjoying beautiful Māori kai. The kai that we have here to share and gift to everybody has been gathered sustainably, practiced, these ways of being, to feed you kai that's so close to the natural source.
So after that, we sort of got stuck in and started cooking up our kai. Well, actually, the guys did. I pretty much jumped on the camera and throwing it in everyone's face. But yeah, got on, got cooking. Massive thanks to everyone who helped cook. And then as part of creating space, Harlem did a divine union ceremony. And then at the end, everyone gathered in a big circle and sung his We Are the Nation song. And then it was kai time, and we got to give away all the kai that we'd spent all this time gathering and preparing to all appreciative people that had come to creating space. And yeah, it was just epic.
Not that you need to. Thank you. I'm going to utilise the camera at this time. It's good to squeeze some of that on the table, okay? Yeah, especially someone who hasn't tried it. But there's a cooked version. Yeah.
Wow, creating space was epic, but it still didn't have time to stop after that, because the very next day we caught a dawn flight out of Kaitaia headed to Wellington. It was super cool jumping on the little Barrier Air aeroplane. It's only a little one. I think it's only like 10-seater or something, and it's a whole different perspective. So it was a beautiful flight from Kaitaia, and for too long we're landing in Auckland, and from here we kind of just jumped on the big bird and made it to Wellington. And with a few hours to kill, I took a walk with my two daughters along the waterfront and checked out some of the scenery along there. Well, you don't often see me dressed up like this. I'm pretty flashed up, and that's because this lovely lady here has won an award. She's won a scholarship.
From Kaitaia will research sustainable development and resilience in coastal communities at Columbia University in New York City towards a Master of Sustainable Development goals at Massey University.
I'm super proud of Aya for winning this. She's worked so hard for it and thoroughly deserves it. So the gist of that last clip was Aya, my partner, has won a scholarship to go and study in the States for 6 months. So we're actually going to be moving to New York. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty amazing trip. We had our kids when we were both really young, so we never got to do an OE. So this is kind of our chance to go and do an OE. For me, I haven't got a work visa, so that leaves me time to go exploring. Plan to do a lot of diving while I'm over there. Hopefully make a lot of really cool content. YouTube will be my only source of income for a while, so hopefully it goes well. But for those of you who worry that there won't be any New Zealand content, there will be. I've known about this obviously for about 6 or 7 months, so I've been slowly stashing away content off to the side for quite a while now, and I've got some pretty cool videos. I've got a pretty special trip up to the Three Kings, so I'm going to be releasing that stuff while I'm over in the States, amongst obviously what I get up to over there. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty stoked to be going, and I'm hoping that you guys will bear with me and follow along. And watch this crazy adventure that I'm going to go on. So yeah, that's probably pretty much it for this video, guys. I'll say thanks for watching, and you know, if you want to follow along and you're not already subscribed, click that subscribe button, and yeah, thanks for watching.